Okay, doesn't want to fire now. Ah, damn it. What the hell? Oh, idiot. Oh, this crazy ass mess that I have going on over here. I feel like I just throw everything on in one spot and I can't keep track of anything what's going on here. So taillight doesn't work. I don't know why. I keep on. So I took the seat off and I don't know why it's not working. The plug seems clean inside. I took the seat off just to see if like I could trace the wires or whatever. But obviously these wires go under the fuel tank and they go somewhere down there. There's another plug underneath the exhaust pipe over there, underneath the muffler. So I'm trying to work my way back, but so I tested the bulb. The bulb doesn't even work properly. And I don't know if it's just a grounding issue and the whole shebang. Here's the bulb. Let me put a ground on it. Put a ground on it. Barely. This side brake light or whatever. So yeah, you can see that it doesn't even. This one works. This one shorts. I could feel the wires getting warm. So I don't know if it shorted something out or whatever. Or maybe it's a combination of things. So I had a broken taillight off of my Yamaha. And I am going to try to jerry rig it and see if that's going to work, because I know for certain this taillight works like a charm. If I could just get the right wires. So that's the running light, and this is the brake light, and I know it works. Should probably disconnect one of these so I don't short out the battery. But so what I'm trying to do right now, this guy, I just kind of shot it with a black paint on it. Probably put another coat on it real quick. So it's nice and black on the inside. I don't want the reflectiveness. Alright, now let this dry for a little bit, or not, maybe not. That's for my truck, that's for later. The goal now is to have this guy, take this grommet off because I don't need it. Do I want it this way or do I want it this way? I think I'm going to do it this way. Yep, this is the way that I'm going to do it right here. So I have to drill small holes and I'll reuse these Yamaha screws. So I know this works off of the Yamaha with no battery attached. So I'm pretty certain it should work off of the current that the Snowmobile puts out, because it's probably the same current. Alright, that's in there. That is in there. Let me try to run these wires through somehow. Okay. So the wires are through. Looks pretty straight, right? Let's see how this whole thing fits in here. It fits nicely, actually, nice and snug. Oh, that's perfect. Where's the top? Where's the bottom? This is the, goes this way, right? All right, let's test it. Let's see what it looks like. So ground, and see the brake light. Oh yeah, that looks bitchin'. It's bright as hell too. Shaking. It works. So this is, don't die on me. Don't die on me. Don't you die. Damn it, choke's on, I forgot. Goodbye. Get my soldering iron and some shrink wrap. Alright, let me shrink this. I'm gonna just drill carefully, obviously. Just so it stays in place. Just like that. All right. Taillight works. Oh, look at that. Brake light's working too. Look at that. Sweet. Done. It is done. All right, so got the brake light to work and got the tail light to work. I am freaking happy. I could put all that shit back together already. Let's do that. Tail light and brake light are working all back together. It is an LED now, so from a Yamaha. That's kind of cool. So in here, let's go back in here. The couple of plugs that I found. So I'm assuming these guys here, I'm gonna shrink wrap them so that they're not just flopping around. So I think this is just like an auxiliary, as far as I know, from looking at like wiring diagrams. I think, if I'm wrong, please correct me so I know for sure what the hell this is. All right, so turns out the plugs that I was looking at that don't match the heat gauge or the temp gauge. This is the temp gauge, this is the fuel gauge right here. I don't know if it works on this model. I don't know if it works on this model either. But all I know is that the temp gauge that was on here is the wrong year. I think it's a 2003 that has a different plug. That's as far as I got with that. Now, I did order a new Speedo and Tack, which I don't know if they're interchangeable between the models or whatever or whatnot. I hope it works. My neighbor is a gauge cluster genius. He repairs them for a living. I could even shoot you a link down below so you guys can see his stuff. He was looking at it and he says if it's a 20 pin, it should work. Worst case scenario, he said he could try moving over the actual processor and the memory chip from this gauge to the new one to see if it'll work. So we'll see how that goes. But also, I figured out that this model here had an electric start. That's what these wires are for. Now I taped them up and I shrunk wrapped them a lot better than they were. They were just freely hanging here with a piece of rubber hose over it. Apparently they removed the electric start out of here, which maybe they were having issues with it. Maybe they were trying to be like, I don't know, make this more into a performance sled or whatever, but they took the electric start out because this wire right here is I think the charging wire or whatever, and these two wires right here go to the starter solenoid, which is also not here. This is how far I got. Pretty much most of the electronics are working. Now I have to figure out the gremlins. Why is the oil light on? Was it just the cluster? Is it actually a faulty sensor in there? and I have to figure out where the coolant went because I don't think there's any in here. Shit. Okay, let's dip. Let's see if it's in there and try to see if there's any coolant because I can't even see it. Oh, there's coolant. There's definitely coolant. So let's see how far does it go. It's just below the cold line, so it's like right here. Not visible at all. And this looks like the green stuff, which I don't know if that's what's supposed to be in here, because this is supposed to be a aluminum motor safe thing, and that's usually orange, I think, right? Let me know if this is the wrong coolant in here, guys, if you know about this crap, because I absolutely don't know what's in here. I might have to flush this, but at least the bottle's not dry, so that's a good sign. How do I get this back on here? There we go. Other than that, I mean, I think it smokes pretty good, and hopefully I could get all these electrical gremlins figured out and figure out if there's any major issues. Other than that, I'm gonna continue to clean it up, and I think I'm gonna park it in the garage for the day, and I think I'm pretty much done. So subscribe to my channel, guys, and thanks for watching. Peace.